All right, Zeke Elliott joining us here on Sean and RJ, the home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan, and we were just talking about some of our favorite dishes at one of our favorite restaurants. I love that, Zeke, you are down to try the lamb chops versus just going with normal steak, cream corn. A lot of people don't get that. That's awesome as well. You go medium rare with the lamb chops, and do you get mint jelly with it or stay away from that?
Medium rare. I don't really mess with the mint jelly. I've never even heard of that.
Okay. Oh, you haven't heard of it. Now, can you grill yourself?
Oh, I'm nice on the grill.
Specialty is what? You're cooking the lady a nice Friday night birthday, Valentine's Day dinner. What are you putting on there?
Probably a filet. Putting the filet on there, something tender, season it up right.
Now, are you going to judge it by feel to get a medium rare? Because you know you can't overcook it, or are you putting in like a thermometer to see the temperature?
Just by feel.
Luka, did you watch on Sunday?
Yeah, we were watching in a locker room. We had a little break time, and the game actually ended right before we had to go to meetings, man. That game was nuts. Luka was nuts. He did his thing, man.
We're trying to figure out why he's so special. Like, I keep having this argument. Like, he's not the most explosive, and he's not going to dunk over you. And, you know, he's just not, like, the quickest guy out there. So tell me what you think makes him so special, because obviously the kid is becoming a legend in front of us. Describe his game for me.
I think he's just very skilled. He's very technically sound. He's a hooper, man. He's a competitor. He plays hard, and he's got good size to him. So just with his size, I think he's, 6'7". And his skill, his ability to shoot and pass, and, I mean, he plays hard. He has everything.
All right, now, the reason I was trying to butter you up earlier by talking about lamb chops and everything was kind of a Luka connection. I have to be honest, and I've been a little bit critical, saying, does Zeke have the same burst? Is he as elusive, or is he just this workhorse? So I know you were paying attention in the offseason to people because we have your Twitter account. So what do you say to that? Is there any legitimacy to, maybe, the home run threat isn't there, or the elusiveness in the open field isn't there? What do you say to that criticism?
Man, I'm not really worried about it. When you look at the stats, you look at what I've done in my 4 years of work, there's no back that can compare to it. So, I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Zeke, do you think that if, if you did lose a bit of burst, do you think that's something that you can actually gain back? Like, did the offseason last year, the lack of a training camp, did that have anything to do with it? Do you think that's something that you can regain?
I think it's something you can gain training, but I wouldn't say I've lost any burst. So, I don't think there needs to be any regaining.
Now, when you talked about what you wanted to improve in the offseason, you said pass catching. What does that mean? Is that like the route running, or is that just better hands with it? Because you put up decent numbers catching the football, too. What were you trying to improve with as a pass catcher?
Just, more out at receiver, more in the slot, running actual receiving routes, not just check downs and stuff out the backfield. So, this offseason, I just really focused on being out there in the slot and out wide. And honestly, I didn't do anything from the backfield. I did everything from out there. So just, getting out there and, getting more comfortable.
Ezekiel Elliott joining us here, 105 through the Fan. All right, so being set out in the slot, how much of that is the new style of offense? Mike McCarthy, like what's his offense like compared to the one that you've been running your entire career?
I think it's a lot of the same stuff. So we kept Kellen, and a lot of stuff is the same. We just got different names for it, and we got a lot more 20 personnel with me and Tony in there, and we can move it around, create mixed matches, and I think that's going to be, a pretty exciting part of our game this year.
The book on McCarthy's offense in Green Bay was that he didn't run the ball as much, and especially compared to here where we've run it a lot. Are you kind of worried that you may not get the same amount of carries that you've got over the last few years?
No, I'm not really worried at all, man. I know we have a great team. We got a great receiving group, and honestly, I just want to win football games. If we go out there and win a Super Bowl, that's all I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about anything else. I think everything else will handle itself. If we just go out there and focus on winning week in, week out.
Zeke, how hard is a different playbook? Like, is it really like a new language? Like, I hate tests. I hated school. I sucked at school, and I sucked at tests. I get stressed even thinking about it. Is it that difficult to get down new language with a new playbook?
I mean, it's a little difficult at first, and obviously it takes time and it takes reps. But, I mean, you kind of just – it's all the same plays. You just kind of pair up with what you used to call it with what you call it now and kind of, try to use that to bridge that gap. And I mean, we got camp. That's why we have camp, so we can get in there and work out those kinks and get ready for week 1.
How much do you miss Oxnard like we do?
I mean, Oxnard is great. Great weather, but, we've been practicing in the morning, and we've been getting pretty good weather when we've been practicing. So, I mean, love going out there, love being around all the fans and stuff, and love that environment. But, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with me, just being right. I live right down the street from the Stars, so, I mean, I'm just right across away from home. And, I mean, we're all staying in this hotel, but, I mean, I don't mind being here either.
What flavor of popsicle do you go for during the popsicle breaks during practice?
I haven't really had a popsicle yet. But I mean, do they have a blue raspberry? If they have a blue raspberry, that's what I would go for.
Man, isn't that the best?
Yeah,
anything blue raz is great.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like blue's my favorite color, but I don't know if that has an influence on me liking blue raspberry, but like I always think in my head, like, 'cause when you're a little kid, like. I don't know. I think I was just like, blue's my favorite color, so my favorite flavor is blue raspberry. So I think it kind of just stuck. But no, blue raspberry is awesome.
You can only pick one. You can have Ohio State. You can watch Ohio State football this year, or you can just play Warzone this year. Which one are you picking? You have to give up one for the year.
Ooh,
man, I want to watch Ohio State. Yeah, I definitely want to watch Ohio State, man. I can't imagine what those kids are going through. Right now, just with their season canceled yeah, definitely Ohio State football over Warzone. I love Warzone too, but it's football season, can't really be gaming that much.
Should they play? It's like because there's a whole student athlete versus if the kids aren't on campus, can you really call them student athlete? Like, should they be playing this year, or are you okay with them not?
Honestly, I don't know. If they're gonna have all the measures in there so they can be there safely. And as long as everyone's safe, I think they should play. But, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts with that. And, I mean, it's hard at this level. And we have a lot less kids. And, in college they have, over 100 kids. And so I don't know, what that would look like. But, I mean, I feel for them.
Zeke, do you feel comfortable moving forward with this season with the whole COVID thing? And what about fans? Like, everyone knows you're a crowd favorite. You have the celebrations. You got the spoon. Have you thought about not playing in front of them, even though I think Jerry's going to get fans in the stadium? Other stadiums aren't going to have them. How much of a struggle will it be for some guys to not have the fans and the adrenaline there?
I think it might be a struggle for some guys, but, I'm ready to go. We've been without football all offseason. I think it was like 8 months. Me and Dak were talking about the other day. It was like the longest we've been, like probably ever, without doing an organized sport. So, I mean, we're ready to get back out there. And without the fans, with or without the fans, we want to play ball. We want to go out there and compete. So, I mean, it won't be hard for me to get juiced up and ready to go.
All right, Zeke, everyone is hyped up on 3 players right now. One of them is a second-year guy. The other guy's first year. Tell us what you see in Pollard. You talked about the different personnel, CD and Aldon Smith, because Cowboy fans can't get enough of the info on these guys.
Pollard, I mean, he's been great as usual. Just a smart player, very versatile, and I mean, he definitely adds a different dynamic to our offense. Just he has juice. He has juice. You got CD. CD's been great. You could tell he's juiced up. You could tell he gets that ball and gets in the open field, gets into space. It's gonna be hard to tackle him. He's fast. And Aldon Smith, man, just a guy who hasn't played in 5 years, but I mean, from what I've seen, doesn't look like he's missed a step. And honestly, he's so big and strong, and he's just been out there disruptive. And I mean, they've done just a great job altogether on that defense. Just putting pieces together, and that D line is just, I mean, it's scary. All those guys can play, from D-Law to Alden to Griffin and Ty Crawford. You got so many guys over there that could play. So, I mean, you got a nice little squad.
All right, Zeke, my co-host is the leader in the running backs don't matter anymore. I'm going to put him on blast.
Oh, man, thank you.
He's looking at the numbers, and, you can just go ahead to the next guy instead of wearing someone down. So if Zeke Jr. comes to you and says, Dad, I want to play football, with the way the league is going, would you push him away from the running back position because of how people are talking about it now?
No. I mean, I'd let him play whatever he wanted to play, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever he wants to do, but I wouldn't push him away from the running back position, man. I don't know. You guys are just talking all that blasphemy, man. I don't even want to get into it.
Well, I guess from a career standpoint, from your career, running back careers don't last as long as, say, quarterbacks, right? Well, nobody does.
Yeah, but not everyone can throw a football like a quarterback.
That's true. That's true. That's very true.
Right.
But would you be open to splitting carries to lengthen a career? Do you, or some guys just want to be they take pride in being that dog running back, that carry the load guy, and then you could also say, well, I could maybe extend my career by, taking less carries. What's your take on that?
I mean, I've been pretty durable through my career. 300 carries every season. Haven't seemed to be slowing down yet. I mean, but if they ever came to me and asked me to come split carries, I'm gonna do whatever they ask me to do to win. That's my number one thing. I love being a bell cow. I love getting the rock 30 times a game. I do. But whatever this team needs me to do to win, that's what I'm gonna do. Above anything else.
Zeke Elliott right here on the home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan. The big story right now is Earl Thomas. My first memory of you is what you did against Seattle and Cam Chancellor early on. Earl was on that defense, Zeke. Would you be in on Earl Thomas finally coming here and becoming a Cowboy?
I like Earl Thomas. I like him. I like him a lot. And he's a vet, You never can have too many vets. I would be open to having him, but, I also like the guys we got also.
Yeah. That's a very good answer. Very balanced answer. And then finally, Zeke, have you and the guys decided Jerry is joining us this morning later on. Have you guys decided what you're going to do with the anthem? And have you talked one-on-one with Jerry about it to know if he's changed the Cowboys policy? Because we know he's wanted you guys to stand. No one has ever kneeled. Dentari Post said he is going to kneel. Have you decided what you're going to do?
I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but, we're going to support all our brothers, whatever they decide to do. Whatever we decide, we're going to support our brothers, and I think that's another conversation we need to, revisit. But, we're going to support our brothers with whatever they decide to do.
So we'll have the combo over lamb chops and cream corn.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say deal.
Deal.
That's no. That's a restraining order right there. Zeke Elliott right here on the home of the Cowboys with Sean and RJ, 105.3 The Fan. Thank you so much, man. Have a great camp. Stay safe.
All right, thank you. You guys too.